Hi, everyone, and welcome back to Radio Geonosis, where we talk about Star Wars from a certain point of view. I'm Angie.
And I'm Aaron. What's up, guys?
And Aaron is back this week.
Back.
Yeah!
We're back.
I'm so happy. I'm so happy everything's okay with him.
Yes, me too.
Today we're going to be talking about music because I think music plays an important part in movies. Mm-hmm. And it kind of, you remember a movie based on a song you hear from the movie, so it's kind of iconic, just like the movie is.
Yeah.
But before we do that, we're just going to be talking about a little bit of hot happenings this week. Mm-hmm. I have a show coming up at It's called Comic Orange, and it'll be at the Costa Mesa Library.
Awesome.
We have a show, so I'm really excited about that. I'm going to be a Sith again. I got a Sith costume, and all of a sudden, that's all the roles I get. I'm just a Sith all the time. I'm no longer the good guy.
Subconsciously, it just rubs off.
Yeah, I guess because, I can play it off pretty well. Mm-hmm. They really want me to be the Sith all the time.
And you're a good-hearted person anyway, so to be a Jedi for you is probably just everyday life.
I guess.
To be a Sith, you're really like not the person who you are. You're not an evil person, and that's what a Sith is.
I guess. It's kind of strange that I fit that role pretty well, but I guess I do.
I could see it.
I'm waiting for my Sith costume, my second Sith costume, to be approved with Sabre Guild. Mm-hmm. It was approved with Sith Dynasty.
Okay.
And one of the things that I said last week, and you'll like this because I don't know if you heard the show, is that Sith Dynasty, while at the Chicago Star Wars Celebration, the gentleman who plays Starkiller, his name is...
Oh, he's in the game.
Yeah, he's in the game. Starkiller is Sam Witter.
Yeah, Sam, and he's in a game coming out soon. Days Gone on the PS4. He's the main character for that game.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
He was inducted into the Sith Dynasty. He is an honorary member.
Whoa!
Yeah, and he's SDHM 004. So him and I are in the same club.
Wow, awesome. That is really great. Oh, that's it for the podcast.
That's it. Aaron's gonna go Google that.
Let's go. We got research it. That really makes me happy.
Yeah, I thought that was really
dope.
Cool. Now the girl that plays Shakti, her name is Orly Shoshan, and she was also became an honorary member of the Sabre Guild at Celebration.
So is this? I'm sorry. Is this a rare ritual kind of thing that they do?
No, they get people.
They get people to join. People.
Yeah,
honorary members.
Honorary
members. Wow.
Yeah, you have to be part of the Star Wars family movie.
So, is she Shakti, or she have to do her whole nother Is she got to come up with a whole new character?
Oh no! It's Shakti from the Star Wars movie.
Okay.
We made her an honorary member.
Okay.
And the same thing with Jet Lucas. He's also an honorary member and became one at Celebration.
And so is Sam now. Sam
Witters. Yes.
Awesome.
But he's with Sith Dynasty.
Okay.
There's two different groups, but I'm part of both of those groups, so I'm with both of them.
Starkiller was a Sith at one point. He was a Sith.
Yeah, he's a Sith and a kind of a Jedi, isn't he?
Yeah, he is.
Same thing with Revan, because I was on Facebook talking with one of my friends, and he was talking about I'm going to have to change my picture on the front of my Facebook page because I'm a Sith now. But I said that Revan is a Sith. He was a Jedi, a Sith, a Jedi, a Sith.
Yeah. He
was a good guy, bad guy. He went back and forth.
The guys who go back and forth, or the women, they're pretty strong. They're pretty much a lot stronger than everyone else.
Yeah.
I noticed that too.
Be able to control yourself like that.
Yeah.
So that's kind of cool.
That is really dope. Now that I think about it, that's crazy.
Yes. So what else is coming up is Star Wars Read Day, and that's going to be at the Paul Biani Library.
Yeah.
And that will be on May 25th. And that's actually the same day as, it's called a Geeks Day.
Geeks Day?
Yeah, because I believe in 1977, I'm pretty sure on that date, that's when Star Wars was released.
Oh, okay.
The original movie.
So it's all just going to come
It's all going to come together. And it'll be great to have that.
That is dope. That is awesome.
Yeah, at Star Wars Read Day. And last year, we had 4,000 people show up.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so that's a pretty good...
That's a really good turnout.
Yes.
That's a really good turnout.
That's it's the biggest, one of, if not the biggest Star Wars Read Day in all of the United States.
Okay.
So that'll be cool. I still haven't figured out, because I said on the last show that I would have something figured out for May the 4th. Mm-hmm. There's quite a few events with Rebel Legion and with Sabre Guild, so I'm just kind of have to decide which one I want to do. Mm-hmm. I haven't decided yet.
Oh, so you haven't come up...
I haven't come up with that yet.
I will put my 2 cents in, but it doesn't matter. You'll make the right decision.
Yeah, I got to just figure it out. They have like events in Temecula. There's events everywhere. And even at the gym, there's May the 4th be fit with you. So they're having a big event at the gym, and everything seems to be going along with May the 4th. This is like going to be like the Super Bowl.
Wow. It's just things every year.
It's gotten bigger every year.
Yeah, it's only going to get bigger. That's crazy. I've never heard of anything like that.
Yeah, and they started off with just that college event, and then it's gone from there. But I believe it's all over the world now. It's not just, the colleges or maybe in California. It's everywhere. They've got stuff everywhere.
It expanded for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, and a friend of mine, Sandra, she posted a thing today. They were selling the Galaxy's Edge pins, and they were almost sold out.
Really?
Yeah, the Galaxy's Edge pins.
It's only been today. Was it?
They released the pins.
The pins today,
but you can't go in just yet.
Oh, okay.
You have to have reservations to get in to Galaxy's Edge. You cannot go into Disneyland and walk in there.
Yeah. Wow.
It's probably going to be 5 years before I get a chance to go in there.
Yeah. Please don't say stuff. But at the same time, I could completely understand it being like that, though. Yeah. Because, I mean, if anyone knows, we know how dear Star Wars is to people. So
everybody.
There's people who are like just itching at the,
they're chomping at the bit. Yeah.
There goes the saying. They're chomping at the bit to get in. So I could only. And the last time I was at Disneyland, and I talked about it on one of the episodes we had too, was like when I was on the roller coaster, I could just see it, and it looked just like clay, just clay moldings of just.
That's crazy.
They're basically just sculpting,
Yeah.
Just like a straight set basically at Disneyland.
Yeah, and they said some of the rides are going to be 6-hour waits.
But the rides are going to be so awesome.
Can you imagine being in the Millennial Falcon?
A pod race. There's going to be a pod race.
Oh
my gosh! If they have just a pod race or Millennium Falcon ride, that's fine.
I think there's also going to be one with Kylo Ren. I believe there is. So it's going to be interesting.
Oh my gosh!
Someone said something to me, and I was like, I wonder if he knows. Now, we're talking movie-wise. If C-3PO knows that Anakin is Darth Vader. Because Anakin made C-3PO. That's his father.
Yeah. I think he knows.
I thought that was kind of interesting. So, not only is Darth Vader Luke's
Unless
dad,
someone else knows and they can tell, like, you're only wrong. But I would think.
I don't know if he knows or not. That's the horrible.
Because they were along for the whole ride as Anakin.
Exactly.
And then they were on the whole. They were there for the whole ride. They were in the waiting room as he was.
As she was having the babies. Yeah.
They were in the waiting room. So yeah, I think.
But they weren't anywhere where he was. They saw that they knew when Obi-Wan came back to the ship with Padme. Remember, he was taking care of Padme, C-3PO. He did not know what happened to, and maybe Obi-Wan told him, I killed him. Maybe he thought, I killed him, right there. He was burning, I killed him, and that's all they know.
And I was just going to say that. So when Obi-Wan went back, like you basically just said, I'm just reiterating it, is he went back and then he just told, like, oh my God, he died.
Yeah.
Okay, and then
doesn't know any better.
Unless to C-3PO and then in the whole gang, basically, he was dead.
Yeah.
To their knowledge.
And
then they don't know he's Darth Vader.
No, I don't think that they know. Because they're around for... Because
they were there.
With Luke and Princess Leia. So they know. And I mean, they have somewhat of an idea, but they're both the droids, but I don't know if he knows that. Because... Now, R2-D2 wasn't made by him. He was made on Naboo.
Yeah, he was made by Luke. Well, he was just basically touched up and fixed up he was bought by Luke.
Right. Both of them were.
They both were. They're basically like a bundle.
Right.
But I don't know. I feel like someone would have informed them, or they, being intelligent AI, the AI that they are, they would probably say like, where's Luke? Where's Luke? And then like, I don't know. Unless Obi-Wan, like you said, told them that he was dead. He died in the lava pit, and
that was it.
That was it.
And that's all they technically know.
No. So then you have to say that's what Padme died knowing.
That he well, she said it was good. There was still good in him, and she was saying that, I know he was good, and I think she kind of felt that he was still
good inside,
alive, but he knew. And Anakin said, because they were trying to, the Emperor said to Anakin, "You killed her," and he said, "No, she's still alive. I felt it. I felt it." So he's got an idea that she was still alive. As far as after that, probably not. Probably he could have gone back to Naboo and figured out that she had died.
Yeah. I would think they would know. I believe so.
Yeah, they could. They're pretty smart. I say the droids are smart.
Yeah.
But anyways, I do like. He's so funny. We had someone come in right now. He's so funny. He's trying to be quiet, but he was talking.
4D, the fourth dimensional hitchhiker is his.
Is that what you call him?
That's what he calls himself. I don't know, so he leaves me no choice but to call him.
Where's Mr. Origami?
Origami is Konami.
No, Origami.
Origami.
The Oregon
Oh. AP is back in Oregon. And congratulations, AP. He's getting a new house out there.
Oh, cool.
With his own little studio. He's gonna make it in a studio. But yeah, he went back. He went back last
Aaron
week.
has some fun friends, I'm telling you.
I do. I have the pleasure of having some fun friends. Oh my gosh. It's like a madhouse sometimes.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
But Star Wars music.
Yes.
And music for certain movies really, really leaves a mark on you. Like, for instance, I'm looking at the Godfather picture.
Yeah.
And you hear the music.
Yeah.
Even if you didn't see the movie, you hear the music. What do you think of? The Godfather.
Yeah, you think of Sicily and Italy and Rome. And,
exactly.
And prestige and, and it being like an influence on everyone that has a tie-in with Mad Studios. That's like a huge influence on us.
Yeah, and so Godfather. The music plays. Yes,
plays a huge role.
And did you know that corporations actually use some of the stuff from The Godfather in order to build their companies? Really? That's a little scary.
Wow, like the same tactics, basically the same
tactics, kind of thing.
People know the way the mafia did things were like the closest things to people seem like it was ruthless, but the bad guys. The bad guys did get in trouble. You know what I mean? It was, so it was,
It was the beginning of movie blockbusters.
Yeah. Very, very true. But like you said, the music though, the music is the key. It brings it all from the movie, the music like is a seal. It seals the deal.
Yeah, and George Lucas says it's 50% of the movie, and I believe him.
Okay, of this new one.
Of all of them.
Of all of them.
Of any movie.
Oh, yeah. 50. Okay, gotcha.
It's 50% of the movie. Now, if you hear the music from Jaws, you automatically think of Jaws.
That's true.
Because this song was iconic to the movie.
Yeah.
And the same thing with E.T. And the same thing with Raiders of the Lost Ark.
And
you
Jurassic
hear it?
Park too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Batman.
All of them, George Lucas seemed to have a hand in.
Yes.
He knows music. He knows music. The man knows music.
Well, he understands that it plays a vital role
absolutely
in the movie.
It does.
Now, one of the things I said last week, and you didn't get to hear it, was, and then my friend Mike really loved that, the parade song at the end of Phantom Menace. Oh. The little parade song.
Yeah.
Did you
know?
Happy
ending.
Yeah. Did you know that that's Sidious's song in a higher key?
Oh, really?
That's the Emperor's song in higher keys. They said that at Celebration.
Were there people who knew that already, or was
I'm
it
sure
more so
they did. That's an Easter egg right there.
That's crazy though, because unless you have the ear, then you're gonna catch that. It's Emperor's music in a higher key. Yeah.
I didn't even know that. I was like, what?
I didn't even know that.
I thought that was crazy.
I didn't even know that.
I thought that was crazy. Now, one of the things that I didn't talk about on the show last week was what I told you. Now, when The Mandalorian, when they had the panel, they were playing the Rogue One music. And I found it interesting that one of the things that they talked about was George came up with this. I guess it's going to be part of the show. that he came up with something called Dark Sabre.
Okay.
In Rogue One, she's on. Gosh darn, why can't I think of the planet right now?
The planets always give us a hard time.
I know, it's terrible.
There's so many.
It's the one where she goes to the plant to get the plants. Anyways,
okay,
it's on the tip of my tongue right now.
They know. You guys know. We should know, yes, but they know.
Yeah.
It's all right. It's all right.
But what she's saying is she says one or two other plants, but she does say Dark Saber, and then she says Stardust.
Yeah.
Because that's her.
That's her.
That's her. So I found it interesting that maybe the Solo movie may play into
Rogue One.
Rogue One may play into The Mandalorian.
Oh, okay.
Even though The Mandalorian is 5 years after Return of the Jedi.
Okay.
It's kind of a lawless time.
Yeah,
so it was cool to see that.
Yeah, and that's what I'm excited for, is to see those lawless times where it's not the stern rule of the Empire. Yeah. Not yet. You know, I mean, it's still kind of just.
Well, no, the Empire's done.
Yeah. Exactly.
And the New Order hasn't come yet.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's that time. Yeah. So it's no stern foot down. No, no regime. I should say.
Yeah, because Kylo Ren is not alive yet. He hasn't been. Formally made at that point.
Yeah.
Or he could have been.
He could have been. He's probably going through training at this point, maybe.
No, he could have been just 2 or 3 years old.
Okay, so he's probably just figuring it out. And his parents were probably just around.
Well, Leia and Han are just getting together.
Yeah.
So she hasn't.
I would love to see a 3-year-old Kylo. A life of Kylo, not a movie of anything, but just like a flashback. If they do it in
they might
movie, to see what a daddy Han Solo was like.
Oh my gosh,
a mommy Leia was like.
She probably was very nurturing. He, on the other hand, was.
I gotta go. Yeah.
Yeah.
I gotta go. I'll be back.
He was a scoundrel. I'm going to the liquor store. I'll be back, and he doesn't come back for like 3 years.
So that resentment was there for.
Oh, I'm sure
Kylo.
it was. I'm sure it was. We'll see. I think this last movie is going to tie it all in together. I think we may see snippets from the past.
Kylo's an asshole.
Well, somebody said that Han Solo may be back in this movie, but back is maybe in dreams or maybe in a going back in a memory.
That would be cool. That would be fine. Yeah,
because
absolutely.
He's got to clean up. J.J. Abrams has got to clean up the mess.
And as much as people were upset about Rey's story feeling incomplete, Kylo's is still incomplete as well.
Pretty much.
He's not as much screen time as Rey, obviously, but he's getting screen time. So you got to explain even Finn's too. Maybe just even slightly.
We might see a little bit because remember he was given away as a young child.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
We may not see too much, but we'll see. We'll see what happens, how they tie it all in. I try not to do too much guessing because everybody's talking about this, that, and the other, and I'll just let it happen.
Just wait for it to.
Wait for it to
see the movie. Yeah.
I don't want to rush the year. I'm not ready for Christmas yet.
But now I was thinking about this the movie, the Rise of the Skywalker. I see the music in that movie just being really loud, really. Just in your face. Intense. I do, because I see what this one with just what happened and how the last one left off. They're in a space where they have to get down now. Now they're being hunted for real now. Kylo Ren's pretty pissed off. Rey's learning still the Jedi. She's getting stronger. She's making strides and. Finn's becoming someone. He's a hero, and so is Poe Dameron. They're both heroes. So is
Lando.
So is Lando.
He is the superhero of the Star Wars galaxy. Because do you notice he always comes in and saves the day?
Yeah. He comes in he comes in at the right time.
Yeah, he comes in and saves the day.
We have time to spare.
Every time.
We'll swoop in the last minute.
Yeah, he came in and saved the day.
Yeah.
So I love him. I think it's going to be great. We'll see what happens with that. Hopefully the music is going to be just as iconic as for me, the best CDs, the best movies, and the CDs that I have are Revenge of the Sith and Rogue One. The music from both of those
Rogue One had really good music.
Fantastic.
And the point of it was Alex. He was like, listen to Rogue One's music. I was like, yeah, it is like really war like somber.
Yes.
Lean like, oh no, don't kind of music.
But
know?
Still that Star Wars, because you hear the theme in there in throughout that.
Yeah.
And I just think it does play an important part. One other thing that I said was Ray Park said at the Phantom Menace, the 20-year Phantom Menace panel, that when he walks in, remember he's going to fight Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon. The music that was in his head was from Prodigy, Firestarter.
Oh, really?
So, yes.
Well, what?
Yes, he said that was the music in his head when he walked in there.
Oh, okay.
So, when I go to Celebration next year, which you better be going to,
yeah,
I want to get his autograph on my Prodigy CD. Because I think that would
one
be
of the
fun.
goals?
That is my goal. To get him to sign my Prodigy CD.
Oh, wow.
Because Prodigy is one of my favorite bands.
So that's Andy's end all goal.
Yes.
You guys heard it here first. And
to get him to sign my CD.
You will get it.
Oh, I'll get it.
You'll find a way.
I'll find a way.
You'll be dressed as a Sith or something like that.
Like in Rogue One. Find a way.
And you're going to find a way to get that signed. There's like no doubt in my mind that you're going to find a way to get it signed. What would be your favorite, other than Rogue One, since we both know how, you just said you like Rogue One's music. What other Star Wars movies music did you?
I love the Solo one too. It was very 70-ish. And I like that sound coming from that CD. I mean, I can't say CD, coming from the music.
Coming from the music.
Because I have CDs, and so I'm thinking about the CD. But coming from the movies, that is very...
And I think Ron Howard being in a big time 70s show like he was.
Yes.
That's the vibe I got from the Han Solo movie.
Yes, because it was...
Yeah. It was really 70s.
Yes.
It felt like an old Star Wars movie.
I think that's why he did it.
Yeah, again too, like we spoke about on one of the episodes after it came out, was the grain he put in the camera, how he shot. It's like when you watch the credits, if you guys ever watch the Han Solo credits, it puts the camera logo that he shot the movie with.
Yeah.
And it is a special camera that gives you that 70s kind of feel with the grain and the, Gordon. That was Konami, guys. It's okay. But yeah,
all kinds of friends stepping in today.
Yeah, you see the logo, and there's some movies who do that. You'll see the logo of the camera that they try to go with the old school vibe.
Yeah,
and he did, and with the music too. And I think it's because Ron Howard directed it. He was in a big show in the '70s, so like that's what Solo that's what it was.
And I think he kind of wanted to keep it on the same vibe as A New Hope and Empire Strikes Back. And did you know that this year will be 40 years for Empire Strikes Back?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, 40 years for Empire. Yes. Is that not awesome?
That is. I like how just Star Wars is just a basically
ageless.
Just a national treasure to everybody.
Oh, yeah.
I like that. I really do like that. Because it just brings everyone together. It's not like a broken record on here saying that, but it does.
It does. It's like a big family, and I think
exactly
when in watching all the things at Celebration, you see so many people excited about Star Wars, and so many people excited about just being there and all the different things that are part of Star Wars.
Yeah.
The funniest and one of the best things that I saw there. And I saw it last in 2015 and in 2017, and I was really unsure about it, was the one where the people run with the ice cream. They run with the ice cream machine, because in Empire Strikes Back, there's like a 2-second snippet of a man running from the Cloud City, and he's got like an ice cream thing. And so people run through the celebration. There was like 100 people dressed up like that, with the mustache and everything. So you got to check that out.
It's crazy. Star Wars is like a cult classic, but a major mainstream movie at the same time.
But it's a cult classic.
Yeah, it's crazy. Because cult classics are like movies not seen by everyone, really. It's like,
But they are.
But yeah, it's kind of... but it's a huge movie at the same time, too. Yes. Where it's like basically national holidays.
Yes.
For different, it's crazy. It's so
and
crazy.
when people tell me they've never seen it, I'm like, what? You want to hear something else interesting? That movies sometimes, or books, sometimes can influence bands.
Yeah.
And Led Zeppelin is heavily influenced by
Star Wars?
Lord of the Rings.
Oh wow! As far as like the stories, and even
the books, because we're talking about the 60s and the 70s when the movies weren't out yet.
So just by the books.
By the books, and if you listen to some of the Led Zeppelin songs, they are talking particularly about the story of Lord of the Rings. Yes,
just in song form.
In the song form.
Wow, that's crazy.
I've heard tons of dance music with Star Wars influence.
Yeah, I've had a Star Wars beat made for me before.
Yeah.
So it's it definitely is like, even with music, because Star Wars, and we know this, like there's swing bands in Star Wars, so it's what I mean. So there's different kinds of, there's like opera, like kind of like the entertainment that you see in Star Wars, like in the clubs and the cantinas and bars that they come across in Star Wars, and even rock too. So you can see how it would cross
kind
over.
It influences, and that's why music is 50% of the movie.
Yeah,
and it plays a big role in that. And like I said, a lot of you'll hear music and you're like, oh, I automatically know what that goes to.
Just like with Batman, the Batman movies.
Yes,
especially the ones the ones with Bale and the bunch.
Yeah,
those had that had a really good soundtrack.
Oh, I love.
You knew it as soon. I remember when the trailers for those were coming out, and like when it was the trailer with Heath Ledger as a Joker. When that trailer came out, like you knew the trailer was coming out because of the music.
Yeah, even Motocross Movies were the music that went with those in the Krusty Demon of the Dirts and all that. They played an important role because some bands were pretty much unheard of until these movies, like Pennywise. I mean, I don't know how big they were before. Metallica, Agent Orange, they used a lot of these bands in that. So music kind of goes hand in hand now with movies.
Yeah.
It's the music is just as important as the movie itself. Because sometimes if the soundtrack is not very good, you're not going along with the movie. But if the soundtrack draws you in, then the movie is that much better.
Yeah, it's that much better. Yeah, that's true. Because if the movie could get you sucked in, and then along with just the music itself, being another factor, then you're 100% just involved with the movie.
Now I have some of the Marvel movies. I don't have a ton. I haven't followed a ton of it, but the Endgame. Do you think that music is going to be in that? I mean, do they have a lot of music in those movies?
And with Marvel, I think the last few years with Marvel movies, the music has gotten better. I think since the before Civil War, so maybe like Captain America, Winter Soldier, and on, the music got better. And I know Infinity War had the best Marvel music.
Did it?
Because it was really somber. And then it was also when you had the Guardians of the Galaxy come in, they had their own soundtrack.
The Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah, they have people say have the best soundtrack in movie. Some people say that. So, but they have just a soundtrack. It's not like an original score.
Right.
But the music choice is good though. And then again, so I think with Endgame, going back to your question, I think it's going to be somber mixed with with a lot of drama. And that's different. I think with drama, it's more so just a little out there. With the somber music, is more so something sad is obviously happening.
Wow.
Which is going to be a lot of that in this movie.
Wow.
It's going to be a lot of sadness and pain and aches and stuff like that. So I see the music being real violinish and sad and stuff like that.
We'll see.
We'll see. I'll see tomorrow.
The movie theater is going to be going 24 hours. I feel sorry for the people.
I might. You know what? I might go tonight. I might go tonight if there's tickets. I might. Just because I'm going tomorrow anyways. But tomorrow is it's not my treat. It's a friend's treat. She's taking all she's taking all me and my buddies. She's taking it. So she's obviously she's paying for that. But this might be a treat to myself if there's seats available. I don't think there is.
Aaron, you can't go before
I see it with them.
Yeah.
Oh God.
You got to see it with them. Even though a lot of times you have to watch a movie 2 and 3 times because there's so much going on.
Yeah, I should see it after. You're right. I can't do that to them. I didn't think you so much. I would have been such a shitty human being if I would. act surprised.
Already saw it.
What? Oh my God!
I already saw this.
I saw this shit already.
People were online. A lot of people writing because I think some people have seen it. Don't say anything.
Don't spoil Endgame. There's a hashtag.
Yeah.
You type in the whole hat. Don't spoil Endgame. Don't, man. It sucks when people spoil movies.
And people do that on purpose.
They get a kick out of it. Yeah, what evil person? Like,
you know what? You have to do is scroll past it.
What basement are you sitting in?
Oh, some people sitting in some bad ones. All right. Yeah. And then real quick, before we end the show, I wanted to say that the Rise of Skywalker has been watched 111 million times in a 24-hour span. Do I think my friend is watching it right now? He's watching
Avengers. Oh wow, he's watching it.
I think he's doing the marathon thing. But I think that the trailer, is do I think that Rise of Skywalker is going to do more than Endgame? That's going to be the big question. I don't know. Endgame is big, and Marvel seems to speak to those kind of actors, and the superheroes speak loud.
I honestly, and this is a huge stretch, but I do believe just with the quality of movies that's been coming up from Marvel in the last few years, they're the reason why the cons are getting bigger.
Oh, I believe it.
I do. I just think so. I just think the Marvel movies are and my friends, they make fun of me. They think I like the DC movies more, which I don't. I'm just appreciative of all these movies coming out. But truthfully, I think Marvel movies are a huge reason why the cons are just getting bigger.
Oh, I believe you.
Just because the movies they're just really good, and I don't think Star Wars will make as much money as Endgame. I just don't see it.
Yeah, I don't know if they're going to do a 24-hour thing for Star Wars. We'll see.
We'll see. We could get a trailer to see, because what happened with that. And then just really quick before we do in the show, and what happened with Endgame is they released that really good TV spot. And the TV spot was so they put it to where it's you guys grew up with these characters. Here's the end of it. That's their marketing ploy, and it does hit a chord. It's oh my God, I did.
And everybody's drawn in.
Everyone's drawn in. It's to the point where it's I tell Chris this is Black Panther, this is Thor, and now so it's one of those things too, just like Star Wars, but I don't think Star Wars is bigger than in the whole Thanos community now. There's a huge Thanos because there's people who think the way he do too. So I think, yeah, I don't know. I don't know if Endgame was just too big.
I think it's good. We'll see. They say they are even. I'm watching the news, and the news is talking about it.
Yeah, it's huge.
How often do you hear news people all involved in superhero, Star Wars, or anything like that?
Involving the galaxy, and every time you involve space, it always gets big. It's any movie, when you involve space and you do it the right way, it just takes over. And that's what Marvel's doing. They incorporated space and travel to light year speed, and that's what happens when you do it the right way, just like Star Wars. That's why Star Wars is because it brought whoa, what if this really happened?
Right.
And Marvel's doing the same thing. It's
right.
We're not what if this happened? You know what I mean? It's all comic books and all from people's brains, but they do it so well. So it's people
they bring it to life.
They bring it to life, and people grew up with these Marvel characters, like I said, and even the Star Wars characters.
So we'll see. We'll see at the end of the year.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's going to do it for us this week. Next week, Aaron, pick something.
Well, next week we'll probably, when are you planning on seeing Endgame, or do you plan on seeing it?
I don't think I'm going to plan on seeing it. Well, we can talk about it.
Okay.
We can talk about it.
I was going to say, for the show, Angie, you might have to just...
I'll try and watch a few of the other ones.
Okay, yeah. That's fine. That's perfect. Yeah, so we could do that. Yeah.
All right. And then we'll also talk a little bit more about May the 4th be with you.
Okay.
I still haven't picked an event, so I will pick something.
Awesome.
And hopefully we'll have some more Star Wars news, because there was really nothing, because Celebration just happened.
Yeah.
So I'm excited for Anaheim 2020.
Yes.
So from all of us here at Radio Geonosis, we'll see you next time. Please follow us on Facebook at Radio Geonosis 2.0, Instagram at Radio Geonosis, and
Podbean and iTunes, and make sure you guys follow us on YouTube so we can get our own URL. So make sure you guys do that,
and subscribe, please, and thank you.
And don't be afraid to ask questions too.
Yes, you can always ask us questions.
Yes. So thank you guys.
Thank you, and we'll see you next time.
Bye guys.